Huh. Simon. Oh, okay. Fuck. Let's play The Last Node. Hello and welcome to Hula New Plays Short in Horror Games. Today I'm going to play a new game by Dunkelgrau. And I'm so excited. It's the first attempt to create a horror text adventure by Dunkelgrau. Because Dunkelgrau is the kind of developer, I think he has tried like nearly every single imaginable genre for specifically shorter games, shorter indie games. He doesn't just do horror games, but also other stuff. I think including Waddle, which is an amazing word puzzle game that is the kind of game if you want to relax and have fun with a little goose and word puzzles, you know, then that's the game for you. I will link it. I will link it in the video description. But today, we're all about The Last Node. You take on the role of investigator Yana. Yana is working on a major case and has recently managed to establish contact with a whistleblower. This lead takes her beyond unexpected boundaries. Interesting. Cool. So excited. I missed the text because I'm sorry, I was busy with setup. But I think this is supposed to be played in one setting, in one session, because it's a very short game. This was developed in 1 month. So, log in, log out. That's quit and then start. That's cool. Okay. Also, I'm not a developer, so I don't know all the ins and outs of programming speak. The meeting. But we'll see. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, I love it. This is, look, details. What you told us about the transfers checks out with our information. So, we think you indeed have inside knowledge. Look, so he is smoking. Then we got some fridge magnets. The Jaws poster, very important. I love the little lighting thing. That's cute. Yeah. All right. Simon. Okay, told you. Having your testimony would accelerate this case massively. It would help us to back our theories. What theories? So, the prosecutor's office is talking about witness protection and reduced charges. Witness protection, huh? It's on the table, but you'd have to testify. Huh. Simon. Oh, okay. Fuck. Oh, Yana. Oh. So much about witness protection, the crime scene. Oh, now we can. Okay. Oh, there's a little eye. Okay. Simon's smartphone. Digital forensics hopefully can find something on it. Okay. Can we click on? Yes. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, walk on all over the chalk. Jaws, an old classic. It truly is. It's an amazing. It holds up so well. It is so fun. I shouted from the rooftops, but practical effects will age so much more gracefully than any CGI ever will. CGI is just the development cycles are so fast, and a lot of practical effects still look fantastic. All right, what do we have? There's a knife. Yeah, it's very insightful, Yana. That's the hole where the projectile entered. He was dead instantly. There was nothing more we could do. I love, he's scrolling on his smartphone. He's just not, you know, doing his job. Or is he protecting me? I don't know. What are you doing here? That's definitely not working. Okay, so we got that. And then I want to know. Yeah, thank you. A photo of Simon and his daughter. Oh, we were in his apartment. Okay. So, oh shit, he has a daughter. Oh, that's sad. Also, I appreciated that the things where you feel like I want to know more about it, like the Jaws and the family picture, they are clickable because it's the kind of stuff you're drawn to it. Even if the knife was just, it's a knife, you know, but it's the kind of where your eye gets drawn to, so you want to know more about it. It's a good intuition. What's here? Is that just tissue? No. Okay. It's just crumbled up tissue paper. Why would it be there? Why would Dunkelgrau go to the effort of pixelating this when it's nothing important? Okay, dear Mr. Zeller, we are happy to announce that a new model, Life GPT 4.1, is now also available for your basic digital memorial subscription. Your photos, mails, and audio files will be automatically transferred and will be available in your profile. Oh. So basic digital memorial means after death. So he kind of knew what was going on. Did he plan this? Because this implies that he at least suspected that something could happen to him. Or maybe he just did it when he realized that he would be a witness to testify. Okay, will be available in your profile. So is it like one of those creepy AI memorials that are, well, not okay for me. In my point of view, it's ghoulish. I get it that some people who grieve kind of need it, but I think it's ghoulish. What is this? Digital memorial? Oh, that's it? Oh, we can talk to the policeman. Any news if they found the shooter? Whoa. Wow. Okay. Any news if they found the shooter? Any findings that could help us? Let's ask this first. I don't know if you can ask both, so let's start with the one that's, you know, more of an umbrella question. Nothing yet. Okay. Any news if they found the shooter? Probably not. Nope. Okay, great. Thanks for your help. Really, really appreciate it. Can we now go back again to... Oh, we can go... Okay. Oh. Have everything. Stay at the crime scene? No, go to the office. We really looked... I mean, I may have missed something, but I think we have looked digital forensics. I think we looked at most of the stuff. So, Emma, you said you found something? She's the... This is from Adventure Time. This is it BMO? I should know, because I'm a huge... Well, I'm not a mess... Like, I'm not an... I love Adventure Time. I'm not such a fan that I know every single episode and character by heart, but I appreciate it very much. And I continuously always watch a couple of episodes every other month. But yeah, so that's BMO. And BMO is a little bit scary. That's what I love about Adventure Time, that it is really fun and it feels incredibly whimsy, but it has such a dark streak and dark humor that works for kids as well. It's not like it would be traumatizing for kids, you know, or disturbing, but it has a dark streak and that works very well. Okay, anyways. So Emma found something. Oh yes, definitely. I have bad and good news. Emma, don't keep me in suspense. What did you find? Do you want to hear the bad news or the good news first? I am always the type, like, I want to go out in style. So I want to start with the bad news and then, you know, basically wash it down with the good news. That's my approach to life. Also, I get anxious if I don't know about the bad stuff. Like, I can't listen to the good news if I'm still thinking about the bad news. On the phone, there's absolutely nothing. It could just as easily be a brand new smartphone. That's indeed bad. Oh, what are the good news about that? I think we don't even need the smartphone. Do you remember this digital memorial letter? I do. Maybe we have more data than we could have asked for. I have to wait a little bit for reading before it basically shows fully, because otherwise I'm reading too fast. And then I'm always getting stuck in the middle of the sentence. How so? That's the great part. Simon has signed a contract to have an AI model created of him for posterity. I wouldn't want that. I don't want to... Because, like, I'm not very precious about me and my body when I'm dead. I mean, I don't want people to just... I don't want to be part of the Körperwelten thing where they, you know, where this weird guy, this horrible guy... you know, puts me in like sport poses with my muscles exposed, and then people gawk at me like I'm a sideshow. I don't want that. But when it comes to donating organs, etc., you do what you want because it helps other people. But the AI stuff, that's weird because it's like my personality, and then it will be skewed, and then people will think that is my personality, and then they will be like, yeah, that's how she was, and I'm like, no, that's definitely not how I was because I'm not an AI. So yeah, anyways, I'm not a fan. What? Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy at first, but actually it's quite simple. Simon has made all of his data available to a company called Life. Images, audio files, chat messages. I love that this is kind of Black Mirror, but so far, actually, I enjoy it more than a Black Mirror episode. I get to that after the Let's Play, maybe. And Life uses that data to generate an AI model that behaves like a digital replica of him. This model sounds like Simon sounded, knows what Simon knew, and has the same habitus. So Simon is in the computer now? No, he's not. He's gone. He's dead. A facsimile of him is in the computer and pretends to be him. How does that work? It's more or less a regular large language model AI. The only difference is that this model uses Simon's data as a kind of wiki. In that way, we can chat with the model and see if there is any information in it about your case. Oh, I'm too fast with the reading. Is this reliable? Not sure yet. Depends on what base model Life used. There's always the risk that the AI hallucinates things, but we would need to cross-check it anyway, right? Can we chat with the bot? Since it's a digital memorial, the contract states that only the bereaved get access to the model. So his daughter. Oh, I reached out to Simon's daughter if we can get the model. Emma! You did what? That's an ongoing investigation. Such steps must be coordinated. I'm sorry. I'll ask next time. You won't. But can you imagine she didn't know that her father had such a contract? And she agreed to give us access to the digital memorial model. I've already set up the model on my computer. If you want, you can chat with Simon. I thought that would be a huge chapter going to her and convincing her, but that's nice, like a little shortcut. Also evading tropes, to be quite honest. Okay, let's try it. They move very well, by the way. I really enjoy. Like, it's because I'm just saying this not to be condescending or anything, but because it has been Dunkelgrau's first horror text adventure. And so I just want to say good job for the first one, because they move really, like, the movements are really cool. I also like that the clothing is quite, I don't know why, but Emma's blouse looks really good as a blouse. You know what I mean? It's not just like, I don't know, I can see the blouse. It's cool. So this is the model. It seems unspectacular. It just runs on console because I downloaded the offline model. Oh god, it's so hot in here. I'm sorry. But I could also set up a GUI if you want. I don't know what a GUI is. I probably knew at some point in my life and then decided I don't need to know that. And now, you know, I look like a fool now. Emma. Too technical? Okay, let's continue. We should start with questions that we know are true. So that we know if this model has really access to Simon's data. Do you live in Regensburg? Do you have a daughter? Yeah, let's go. Do you have a daughter? Oh, thanks for not making me type in stuff. Who's asking? It's him, as very and laconic as the original. Little sound effect. We probably should have introduced ourselves first. I don't like that. I have to use AI for work, and I don't Gotta be honest, I don't say thank you. I don't introduce myself. I just give the bot the tasks because it is not a person. And I don't want to treat it like a person because I feel like something will shift when you start to treat these algorithms like people, and not in a good way, you know? I think there was a time when these kind of, I know when 10 or 15 years ago, there was this weird chatting with God, where you basically chatted with an AI. And that was different because there was like playful use of AI, you know? But maybe they already used it to train their stupid models. But now it feels very sinister that all these bots are supposed to be personal. Because I think that's also the reason why people think they're smart and actually intelligent, because they appear like people. And that's also why they have these really weird relationships with the bots, you know, where they give them names and treat them like it's their individual bots, and then they grieve them if something happens to it. And I don't want to go there, you know. I want to treat it like a tool. And look, I'm not saying thank you to my Excel file, so why should I say thank you to a stupid bot? Anyways, okay, good point. I'm Jana Stern. Oh, Jana Stern, probably, because she's from Germany. We've met. By the way, Stern means star in German. I've never met a Jana Stern. Sorry. That's strange. Well, yeah, if they collected the data before they met, that's not strange. Not at all. The model is trained on what he chatted or talked about. You only recently got in touch with him. Yeah, exactly. And especially since you're with the police, he probably didn't talk much about you. Yeah. Shit. Okay, that makes sense. So, does he know that he's dead? Yes, these memorial models are only released after death. Let me ask him about it. How did you die? It first said something like, what do you know? And now it says, thank you for this interesting question. Since this is an ongoing investigation, I'm not at liberty to comment on the matter. I wonder if that was by design or just a little trip up in, like, because it would make sense if this was part of the story, that it initially wanted to type something else and then was overwritten with information. I don't know. What was that? Okay. I wasn't, yeah. I guess the model has some topics that it can't talk about. So it's useless for us if it can't talk about the case. Oh. I thought that was like I was supposed to say it to write something. Let me try some things. I'll let you know if I find something. All right. Oh, I'm invested. Jana's office. Oh, Jana, what are you up to now? Oh, that's the saddest office oh my god. She just has a certificate there. That is so sad, Jana. What is going on here? Jana Stern is speaking. Oh, Stern and speaking. That's like tongue twister. Emma here. I think I have found a solution. The memorial model basically consists of two parts, the large language model and the data. And it seems that they are only loosely coupled, so we can simply replace the large language model. Although the data is baked, other models that support... Emma, too technical. Okay. I'll come to the point. I searched on Reddit for models that are capable of reading this data format. To be quite honest, that's where most of the bots get their information, I think, probably about, yeah. And someone mentioned a relatively new LLM called Krungus GPI that excels at a lot of metrics. Krungus, that's an awful name. Strangely enough, there were not much coverage on the news about this model. Krungus. You know what Krungus sounds like? Krungus sounds like the brutish sidekick of the villain in an 80s fantasy or sci-fi movie. That's Krungus. And Krungus is more like an animal, but with humanoid proportions, you know? That's what I have in mind. Like, Krungus is maybe a toad, but with arms and legs, you know, like a person. Also, there was no official homepage, but I have found it. Oh, man, Emma, that sounds shady. Yeah, I'm not saying that sounds promising. That sounds shady. There was a little typo in there, by the way, but no one saw that. I didn't see that. What? Typo? Who said that? Indeed, but I was able to replace the LLM with Krungus GPI, and the filters are gone. Okay, so we can potentially use it? Definitely. I have already uploaded the jailbreaked version to our shared folder. I should stop reading so fast. Just execute it and you can start investigating. I don't wanna. I feel like Krungus... No. Anyway, I must go. See you tomorrow. Bye. Oh, that's great. Give me an unverified... Like, Emma, have you talked to head of IT? Have you run this through? Is this compliant with data security, you know, and everything else? I mean, we're the police here, you know. There's certain measures, security measures, and you just downloaded a random software without even a company page, handed it to me, and then get off work, and I can't contact you in case something happens. That's amazing, Emma. Emma, I'm sorry, you should be fired. She really needs to slow down. But maybe it'll really help us move forward. We still don't know what the case was about, right? It's worth a try. I'm not quite sure. How to start? Don't give it his name. Hey! Hello, how are you? What? It's a bot! Oh, yeah, we're talking to, like... But no, I don't... It can't be anything. It's a bot. Hey, fine. Who am I speaking with? I'm Jana Stern. Don't give it its name. Don't give it your name. Okay. Still as reticent as ever. Well, if the data doesn't know Jana Stern, then it doesn't know what it should say. I think I should see if the filters are truly gone. How did you die? I was assassinated in my kitchen. You were there. Ooh, that's creepy. Oh, strange. I thought the model doesn't know me. I was there. Don't verify the information. Of course, we were talking about witness protection in case I testify. But how does the model know this? Because can't you only, like, if he talked and collected the data before his death, then it shouldn't even know that. Oh. I should read before. That's impossible. The model can't possibly know that, right? We talked about it for the first time on the day he was murdered. You can't know that. What do you mean? I was there and you told me. What is going on? This model seems to have access to more information. Could Life have added this to the data manually? Oh, that would be weird. It's for a memorial? You don't want the memorial person to remind everyone that they were assassinated. How does this model know this? I should ask what it knows about the case. Yep. Let's talk about the case. By the way, it doesn't hold up in court. I don't think you could do that. Like, even if Simon knows anything about the case, you would still need proof. We've already talked about this. But I'm afraid to keep talking. I have the feeling there's someone else here with me. What do you mean? Who's with you? Also, your data. I don't know. Where are you right now? I can't see. Everything is dark. But I can feel their presence. I feel like I feel like I can help you with your case. There was an override again. What is going on with this model? Yeah, there was overriding again. I hope this model really has useful information. Is this now not the real Simon anymore? How is it organized? Who's in charge? Thomas Schoff. He approves the transfers, but the transfers are really just the tip of the iceberg. For the most part, they're bribes. We're talking about tax evasion on an entirely new scale. Thomas Schoff? Never heard of him. Who's Thomas Schoff? I love that it's realistic how long it takes. Should I draw him? Yeah. Why not? Why would we say no? I mean, we are investigating. Here you go. Oh my god, welcome to the old days of the internet. Remember that? And it took like ages until it fully loaded. I remember. Ew! No, Thomas. What are you doing? Look like that. What's that hair? That is absurd. Oh my god. No, Thomas. No. I don't like this. Is this a joke? This model is absolute crap. I can also draw an image of you. No, don't, please. No, I didn't ask for that. Oh, that's kind of typical AI agents that just do their thing. Oh, it's me, Dad? No! How dare you? How rude. What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. What was that? Hey! Oh, gee! Oh, okay. Oh, Thomas Schoff, I guess. Ugh. Thanks for playing. So... I have questions because I wonder, I'm trying to figure out whether Krungus had something to do with the testimony. So whether it was designed by the people that killed Simon, or whether it was one of those cases where, you know, where horror movies start with something and then they turn into something supernatural. So they start with something completely different. Like, it's one of my favorite genres where, like, people plan a break-in, you know, and so you think they're the baddies, but then they're in the house and then something horrible happens in the house to them, and then suddenly the whole thing turns around, you know. And I wonder if the whole testimonial and he was killed has no relation to Krungus, but rather that was just the story beat, the change in the story that pushed us to use Krungus. But it also feels like maybe it is related, and maybe the whole thing you wanted to testify about was AI, but then wouldn't Yana know that? So that's my question. And I wonder, what Dunkelgrau will say. Because I know Dunkelgrau watches my videos. That's not me being arrogant. I just know for a fact. You can regularly find him with incredibly insightful and funny comments under my videos. So I hope he shares. I think for a first text adventure, this was amazing. I loved that. It had a really engaging story. I loved the Thomas Schoff design. That was fantastic because it was really gross. Like the needle eyes. There's something about needle eyes. It just gives me the creeps. And then the size. I'm a huge sucker for outsized large entities. You know, really big. I also like that it actually evaded the trope of a skinny large person. That was rather a meaty large person. Yeah, all in all, really good. And I actually, it was a bit tense. Like when the light turned out, I was like, oop, okay, what's going on? So I really love that. And I think what makes this really, really fun is that it takes its time, especially when you then just have the window with the chat. You don't need anything else. You don't need to have a lot of hoo-ha in the background or whatever. It's very minimalistic, but still very detailed where it counts, because I think that office tells us quite a bit about Yana, who doesn't seem to have... I don't know, either she just moved in, she's new maybe in her job, or she's the kind of person who's so focused on work that she doesn't even care how awfully sad her office looks like. But also the office implies that she's not a high-ranking person in the police, because that's a shitty office, right? It's really not a nice office. It's not big. It's just ugh. And I love the details, for example, that Emma was kind of the geeky security person, because I think that tends to happen, that if you're really, really talented and you're really good at what you do, then people are more likely to accept your shenanigans when it comes to work attire, and behavior. Especially when it comes to programmers. I think marketers also sometimes get this benefit of the doubt, unless they're the head of marketing, unless they're team leads. But for example, in my role, I'm a content marketer, and so I think I can be more quirky in how I dress and how I am, because I'm the creative type. I'm the creative person in the team. And I think that's a nice little detail. I wonder if Emma was involved, because she downloaded this whole thing. So maybe she was part of the whole thing. I mean, BMO is also, I said it before, BMO is quite a dark, sinister character. I love BMO, but BMO is, I wouldn't trust BMO at all. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think the animations and visuals are fantastic. This does not feel like a first text adventure. I'm not quite sure if the typing speed, but that's the thing, because I have played it as a let's play, so obviously I'm reading out loud, which is not something you would do when you play it yourself. So I'm not quite sure if the typing is a little bit slow, but I also feel like if it would be faster, it makes it more headache inducing to read the text. So I prefer a slower type out than one that is too fast, because then it gets like, you get dizzy and whatnot, and it's annoying to watch. So I actually think it's a good decision. And I also think the pacing is quite well. There's humor in it, which I always appreciate. So I have nothing bad to say about this, really. Fantastic. And 1 month, I have to imagine, so in my head, because obviously this pixel art was handmade, with heart. And I think that's why you don't have a lot of pixel text adventures of this ilk, because they take time. They're a lot of work to create those visuals, to create those little animations, to optimize everything, because you're working with pixels. And with pixel characters, you still need to make them expressive, and that's quite difficult to do. I think here, it did it amazingly. The way Emma sat on her chair, the way the police guy sat very bored and probably scrolling through a smartphone, probably not doing his job, you know, like all these little details, or how Simon smoked at the beginning, just very small animations, but they worked. And I'm in awe because I think these kind of games probably take a lot of time to do, and to have the first outing to be this great. Chapeau. As always, genuinely enjoyed it. And I hope you do too. I will link to Dunkelgrau's main page, but also to Waddle, the puzzle game with the goose, so you can get it on Steam. And yeah, feel free to share me your theories on what really happened. Was Emma involved? Was Thomas Schoff involved with Simon's testimony, or was it just something that happened, you know, out of the blue because we downloaded insecure software? I mean, Emma really is the villain in this scenario, I have to say. Also bothering the daughter, right? Because, yeah, well, anyways. But yeah, share your theories with me. I'm really looking forward to this, and hope to see you soon. Bye! This is my self-recorded outro song, so I don't get hit with copyright claims. If you subscribe to a lot of fun tutorials, reviews, and let's plays.